Spring break has officially started, and I don't know why I'm here, mainly to vlog real quick since I didn't vlog this entire week. It was a great week, and I actually just came back from participating in a talent show, because our pals were hosting a talent show, basically a competition between teachers and students. And so one of my students challenged me, and our competition, we had to do push-ups, but we were at the almost at the very end, and school was about to end, so we were on pep rally schedule. And so originally we were going to do 30 seconds of just like who can do the most amount of push-ups in 30 seconds. And then someone said, continue doing more. I don't think the student heard, I heard. So I continued to go, so I won because he gave up. And then I was trying to show off, I was trying to do one hand push-up, and then my biceps were a little bit sore, and so I fell. So that was the end of that. This week, my students, when we came back, they weighed how much copper they got back, but the copper reacted with the oxygen in the air, forming a copper oxide, so it wasn't like a reddish brown like they saw during the lab. Next year, I probably will, we don't have an oven, so I might just bring like a blow dryer and maybe try to have them blow dry so that way they can weigh it that day. We ended up the last 2 days before spring break, so we did the stoichiometry balloon racers lab again. However, because I had taught limiting reactant, we spent some time on that. They did a lab with the aluminum foil and the copper 2 chloride solution. This time I had them, they could select the amount of baking soda and vinegar that they wanted to use. However, they had to determine the limiting reactant first, determine the excess amount that they would have left over, and then they were able to come back and do it. So I had to like check their work stamp off, and they really got into that because the first time they did it, I told them, or at least the worksheet told them, how many milliliters of vinegar that they needed to use, and then how many grams of baking soda they needed to mass out. So this time they all got different results, but they used that to kind of figure out like if they wanted a bigger balloon, what they needed to do, because some students, they had calculated it already, and they're like, no, we want more carbon dioxide gas produced. And so then they changed the amounts of baking soda and vinegar. So actually, probably should have had my third period cleanup. They'll clean up when we come back from spring break. So to end things, perhaps on a sad note, I don't know, I have decided to take a break from vlogging for a while. Nothing bad, like it's like I have no hate towards vlogging. I haven't gotten in trouble or anything like that. There are a couple of reasons. The first reason is that vlogging is a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. Last year I vlogged every single day. I vlogged almost every period. At the end of the week, spent my weekends editing to upload the video. So this year I decided I was only going to vlog, I was going to capture clips, but then I was only going to talk, select one day, talk, and then edit the videos together and upload. And I felt that that did a great job, like, in terms of the burden of the vlogging and the clips, etc. But the past couple of weeks, I just felt like crap, I'm getting ready to leave, and then I realized I didn't shoot the vlog for the week, so let me shoot the vlog real quick. And then I want to get home and just relax on a Friday or go out. I have to edit the vlog, or I have to do it Saturday or Sunday. And just like as I said, the last couple of weeks, I just felt it's just one of these things where like I don't want to do it. I want to relax. I don't want to have to worry about one other thing, having to do a cover photo, etc. And my covers have been getting a little bit sloppy. Maybe you could have noticed I've just been recycling things. And that's just because I've just kind of been tired of that, beyond just teaching. And so that's one reason. And then the other reason is the time that I spend editing and all that stuff related to the vlog, that could be time spent towards, making sure that I have my stuff together for the students, which I'm usually pretty good about that. But then maybe creating a brand new lesson that could go over really well, which I think most of my lessons are okay, but maybe a one that does a better job than the ones that I have. So I want to take some time to focus on my students for the rest of this school year. We only have, after spring break, we have one more week before the end of the 5th 6 weeks, and then the start of the last 6 weeks of the grading, the school year. But I also want to focus on helping my student teacher. And then I've been talking with her, and based on just kind of thinking the past couple of weeks, I realized that I've never really questioned the district scope and sequence, or the manner in which I taught chemistry. I've just always taught it in the sequencing that I have, because that's just the way the district has presented the material. And while it's worked in the past, I don't think last year was okay. There were some frustrations, and then I thought I planned well enough this school year, but then many of my students came with just beyond gaps in their science background, gaps in their math. When I had a large number of students that didn't know how to round or scientific notation, convert, back and forth, rearrange just a 3-variable equation. And so trying to do the level of chemistry that I would like to do is a struggle, because I'm trying to build their skills up and support them to get them to where I need them to be. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not, and the fall semester was really a struggle, and I was frustrated. I know the students were frustrated with me, and there are moments where they get excited and they get into things, but again, it was a lot of work in the fall semester. And spring semester, they're actually doing really well, but it was a lot of work getting to where we are now, and I want to try to circumvent that by not teaching math skills in isolation. So I started off the school year like a math boot camp, but I want to be purposeful and tie skills together so that they support one another, but there's a purpose behind it. So for example, I can teach rounding when I'm going over the periodic table, but I can also introduce molar mass early on. If you're not a science person, molar mass is basically like if I have a compound H2O water, I look at the masses on the periodic table. There's 2 hydrogens, so 2 times 1.01 plus the mass of oxygen, 16, and you get 18.02. And so I can teach them rounding by introducing the molar mass using the periodic table, but doing that early on compared to doing it at the start of the semester. Doing dimensional analysis with the mole, doing those calculations, or stoichiometry early on, so that way they have enough time to practice. Making sure that I'm purposefully embedding the periodic table in lessons throughout. That's just an idea. I don't have it all figured out, but I've been slowly planning and talking to my student teacher, because she's also coming in fresh, and so I like new ideas. Whether you're a new teacher or not, new teachers always have something to provide a veteran teacher, and I'm always open to new ideas. And so I really want to spend some time thinking, and I feel my Canvas course is a lot better than last year, but I want to improve it for next year. And there's just some other things that I want to do that I feel like sometimes the vlogging gets in the way. So I'm not going to be gone forever. I just want to take some time to devote to thinking about next year, to developing my Canvas page, to supporting my students this year, but then also supporting them at the start of next school year. So I don't know when I'll be back, whether it's before the end of the school year, over the summer, next school year. I may release just some tip videos that I've done before, but in terms of vlogging, I need to take a break. However, you can still catch me on my Instagram page, my Facebook page at Bond with James. But those of you who follow me through all my vlogs this entire time, was it 2 summers ago? I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. You can always leave comments on any of my other videos, and I will do my best to respond to you. But this isn't a goodbye. I will be back at some point. Like I said, I don't know when, because I do like the vlogging, but I just need, as I said earlier, a break from it. So as always, thanks for watching and your support. It is appreciated. Do me a favor, if there was anything about this video that you liked, then make sure to hit that like button, comment down below, and or share the video. If you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe so that way you can bond with James. As always, thanks for watching.